Hello there, Carlos Cordero here. Today's video is going to be on how to close every single sale, how to handle the I can't afford it objection, and really how to drop down the right way with your customers. The first key we're going to jump into is how to handle the whole objection of I can't afford it. The first thing that reps need to understand is that that objection is never really the reason. It's not that your customers cannot afford the product, it's rather that they have more value in something else. Because the fact is, they say that they can't spend 50 bucks on one knife, but if their tire exploded and they had a blowout, they're going to buy a new tire within a couple hours or by the next day. So we know they have the money. The thing is, how do we get them to want Cutco and how to feel comfortable buying something that they can afford? So the first step is the mindset. The second thing is realizing that when you're dropping down with your customers and after they get a no, it's not it's not like I'm trying to sell you something. It's like I'm trying to show you something that's going to fit into your budget, and we're going to make this decision together that falls into your price range. So there's three important keys to dropping down that I'm going to go over. The first step, or the first key, is going slow, making sure that you take enough time to explain every piece and every option so your customers have enough time to process the value that they're getting in that set. The second thing is to make sure that you're building up the next option to where it's cooler and better than the previous option. Or some of you might have heard that it's called selling them off of the previous set, so that way they can get on to the next set. And the third and final point is to make sure that we always write down prices on paper and ask them for the sale using the weekly price, because most people, again, need to see things visually on paper for them to comprehend in their head how they can afford it. So I'm going to go ahead and handle the I can't afford it objection for you, just like if I was asking a client for a homemaker sale, and then I'm going to drop down and go all the way through until I get to a starter set. So the first thing is if the customer said, you know what, honey, right now the homemaker set plus 8, it's nice, I like it, but it's just like I just can't afford it, I can't do it. My first question is, okay, Ms. Jones, no problem, by the way. Now let me ask you this question: would you say that it's too much for the knives or too much for the budget? Okay, too much for the budget. So let me get this right. So you like Cutco, you use Cutco, you want Cutco, but you feel it's too much for the budget? Yeah? Now let me ask you this. If you could afford it, would you get it? You would? Okay. Well, what I love about Cutco, what I love about my job, is that Cutco's made for families, and we have options that are affordable for every family on every budget. With our no interest investment plans, we also have a bunch of different set options for every family as well. So let me just show you all your options, and I'm sure we'll find something that works for you. In fact, the next set I'm going to show you, it's a few less tools than the Homemaker, but it's a lot less money. It's for people that really love the Homemaker set, but it was a little bit too much for their budget. And what we did was we gave you the meat and potatoes of Cutco. It's called our Galley Set Plus 6, and it's actually rated our best buy by Consumer Digest magazine. I mean, you still get the paring knife, the trimmer, you get the spatula spreader that you really liked earlier, you get the petite carver, the turning fork, the chef's knife, and the slicer. It brings 6 table knives, so you still get enough tools. And all we did was we took out the butcher knife that you're barely going to use, and we took out the carving set that most people don't use unless they're on the holidays. And this set right here, for the Galley Set Plus 6, it's only $834. Write down the price. Or only $180 a month over 5 months with no interest. And if you did get the set today, it breaks down only about $42 a week, and I can still hook you up with that free pair of super shears. So do you think you can squeeze $42 a week into your budget? Okay, it's still a little bit too much money? Hey, no problem. And by the way, Ms. Jones, before I go any further, please don't mistake my enthusiasm as being rude or pushy. I just really like Cutco, and I think everyone should own it. And I want to at least show you all your options to see if we can find something that works for you, okay? Well, the next options that I'm going to show you are our most purchased because they're the most affordable, and they're called our starter sets. And just to give you an idea, some of these starter sets run between $17 to $35 a week to own. So the first one is the Essential Set Plus 5. It brings your paring knife, it brings that spatula that you liked earlier, it brings the turning fork, the petite carver, the chef's knife, it brings 5 table knives or without. This one over here is our studio set, which is pretty neat because it's a perfect starter set if someone's just wanting to get a taste of Cutco, because you get the paring knife and the trimmer and the spatula spreader that you like, the 3 pieces that are the most popular, but you also get a petite carver in case you needed to do some bigger meats. It brings 4 table knives or without. Over here, these are sets that come in trays. The first one is the all-knife set, and it brings your paring knife, your trimmer, your spatula that you liked earlier. It brings that petite carver and the chef's knife, and it also brings your sharpener, and it comes in a tray. And then over here is your kitchenette set that brings a paring knife or trimmer, the petite carver, the fork, and the slicer, and it also comes in a tray. Those are our starter sets. So Ms. Jones, out of these starter sets, which one did you think you'd get the most use out of? Oh, you like this set? Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones as well. And this set actually runs for only this much, which means that it's only this much a month or this much a week. If you got the set, I can still hook you up with those free pair of shears. So do you think you can squeeze, 22 bucks a week into your budget? Yeah? Okay, awesome. Congratulations, you're going to love your Cutco. While I write it up, let's look at some accessories. Now, let's say your customer tells you, can I just buy pieces? Which will happen on every single presentation that we do. They're like, can I just buy pieces? Well, what if I just got the spatula spreader and I just got the chef's knife, right? As representatives, we need to know that it's a good value because it's Cutco, but it's not a good deal to just buy one or two pieces. A good deal is buying a set and getting some free stuff. And we also know that sets are better for customers for multiple reasons. So the line that we have to remember to show them is we say, hey, Ms. Jones, you can get whatever you want, but sets are just such a way better deal because first of all, you always get the right tool for the right job. Sets are discounted. You also get free stuff with the sets, and it's way safer to own a set. So, I mean, what would you rather do? Can I at least show you all the sets first? And if you don't see one you like, you can make your own set? Okay, perfect. And then they give you permission to show them all the sets. What I love doing is when they're going to get like just 2 or 3 knives, I add it up and show them the total. And then I go, Miss Jones, that's a great choice. These are awesome. You're going to love them. But I'm doing the math, and I just at least wanted to show you that if you just got the basic studio set, see, you're getting the 2 knives that you already picked out, but you're also getting our 2 other most popular pieces. It comes in a block, so it's safer. It's also, you can store them. You always have the right tool for the right job, and we're able to give you a discount because I can still throw in the free shears, and your payments today will actually save you about 20 bucks. So hey, what do you say? Do you just want to try out that set? Okay, awesome. And that right there is how you close every sale, how you handle the I can't afford it objection, and you drop down like a boss because keep in mind, your customers have to say no 2 or 3 times before they normally say yes.